down a bit. Alright, so taking a brief break from Morrowind for a moment to play another one of my favorite games that I often play by myself, Long Dark. I absolutely adore this game with a passion. There are definitely moments where it's a love-hate relationship, but this game is absolutely phenomenal. I had a hard time seeing why someone would play a game like this, because it just seemed frustrating. But after playing a game or two by myself, kind of getting a feel for it, learning how to play and what you're supposed to do to survive, and the serenity and the peacefulness of certain moments and the danger of others really put this game together for me. So I was like, I want to record a session or so of this game, kind of share it with my friends who may or may not be watching, and anybody who may be interested in this game. Yeah. So I don't want to do Wintermute right now. I do think that the episodic story is really good. They did a absolutely phenomenal job at taking everything that you do in survival mode to Wintermute. So as much as I've been playing this game, I'm still not too comfortable going on harder difficulties yet. So I'm gonna take it easy, and we're gonna have fun with that. I always go Pilgrim. I think the highest I've gone is Voyager, but Interloper scares the hell out of me. So we'll start with Pilgrim as always. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out where I usually start. It's been a bit of a minute since I've played. Watch out for wildlife. I think that is where I've started before. Oh, game seemed to be froze. That was weird. These things happen. Let's do Mystery Lake. Call it recorded. So I have a couple other sandbox games that I'm continuing, so I don't want to get this one mixed up with the others. Hopefully we'll get fairly lucky with what we receive from the start. Extraordinary people survive under the most terrible circumstances, and they become more extraordinary because of it. Alright, here we are. I think the fact that I'm recording at the same time is given some slight issues here, but that's okay. All right, what are we working with here? Very nice, very nice. Oh, look at that, a cup of coffee. I think this sleeping bag is my favorite item in this game. It's just so useful. Take everything we can.
Thank goodness.
From wherever we're at. A baseball cap. Oh, I need a pry bar.
This will come in handy.
Take it and tear it down. Take that. That's pretty nice. Newsprint. Everything is a resource if you know how to use it.
I think I can use this.
Let's see here. Why would anybody wear one of these? Well, oh, look at that backpack. I almost missed that. And there's nothing in it.
Could end up being useful.
Oh, a bit of water. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely adore this game. I don't know yet if I'm gonna be doing too many episodes of this, or if I'm just gonna do one of those play till you die. Because believe it or not, I have yet to play a round where I die. Well, that is most likely due to the fact that I play on the easiest difficulty. But I'd like to think that I'm decent at this game right now. But we'll see if that turns out to be the truth. Yeah, I'll break one of these down. Tinder plugs are very nice to have.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't play a whole lot of survival games, but this one in particular really stood out to me based off of its appearance and how detailed it is. And I know a little bit of the map. Like I remember being here before in another game. Whoop! Just open up the gate right on my face. I can remember being in there. One of my other playthroughs. Yeah. Part of the reason why I like the survival mode more than Wintermute is the sense of isolation you get. Because you're not looking for anyone else, you're not trying to escape, you know, what's going on. You're you're living moment to moment. And I think that's really interesting because a lot of other survival games, it's like, you know, try to survive until a rescue team gets to you, or another like player, you know, you can meet up with them or something. Like, no, there's just survive, and that's it. And this game can definitely get quite depressing at times, with how dire situations can get. And there is that sense of, you know, fear and death because you as the player don't want to lose all this progress that you've made. And I think the only other game that really speaks to me in that way, where it's the sense of fear into the commitment, is I think it's like Lost at Sea, something like that. I'll most likely play it on this channel as well, but it's a really interesting game as well.
This'll come in handy.
I really hope this is coming up on the capture just fine. Well, the quality of the video isn't that great. I apologize for that. The next one should be much better. I'm still learning OBS stuff. Sometimes with these bigger 3D games, OBS just doesn't want to cooperate on my computer. But so I remember a couple days ago I was recording Morrowind, and the sensitivity on my mic was just out of sorts, and it was picking up every click and button press I was making. It picked up a lot of the heavy breathing I was doing, which kind of weirded me out by myself, and I was like, well, I say that I do unedited uploads, so I gotta commit to that. So I try not to edit anything, so that every playthrough and every gameplay keeps this this sense of like rawness to it, I suppose. Trying to remember what buttons do what. F, H, J. Trying to remember what opens up the scroll wheel. That's run. It's crouch. I may wind up staying my first night here, which is okay. Problem with this place is it gets real dark real quick. But oh, it's hold down space, that's right. How am I doing for light sources? Oh, I don't have a lantern yet. Ooh boy. Gotta fix that as soon as possible. Along with the sleeping bag, the oh, I didn't know there was a door back here. Huh. Along with the sleeping bag, the oil lantern is your best friend. I really think that this is one of the most interesting, like, post-apocalyptic situations in any sort of media. You know,
Could end up
because
being useful.
there's no sense of, like, incoming dread, right? The dread is existence here. You know, like I said earlier, it's living moment to moment, trying to do your best with what you can find and what you can store up and the skills that you have and that you learn over time. And I'm still very much a rookie at this game, and I still learn new things like every time I play.
Hope I can still eat this.
You're gonna be able to. I'm not making that fall. I will go around. Oh, there's our first corpse. These are the only people you'll find in survival. My friend has
Just
a hatchet.
what I need.
I wonder if he starved to death, because he definitely had enough to survive. We'll have to make our way back down to the bottom floor here soon. I also would like to get into this room. So, I think we'll have enough time. Normally start on the lakes to the east, I believe. A bunch of little cabins with loot, trying to dodge wolves as they go place to place looking for stuff to survive. I remember once finding a rifle down there, and I remember getting that gun and immediately feeling the power. You know, this like, oh, I have infinitely more of a chance to survive different altercations because of this rifle. And it made me think about I don't know if you've read this book, but it's called Hatchet, about a young boy who gets, you know, trapped out in the woods after he's like flying somewhere with an adult in like a very isolated plane, two-seater, and they crash in a lake, and the pilot dies but he lives, and he gets out of the water, and for a while it's just him surviving what he can find and what he can make with what he's got on him, mostly using a hatchet that he received, which I don't know if it was just something that was on the plane or if it was a gift from somebody.
Excellent.
Or I don't remember, but he survives mainly using that hatchet, hence why it's the book's named Hatchet. There's a part of the book near the end spoilers, where he swims back down to the plane that's in the middle of this pond lake. I don't remember what it is. And he goes looking for a like a survival kit that's in the plane. And in that survival kit, he gets either a rifle or a shotgun. And I remember the power that he felt in that moment, where he felt that he could survive about anything, was fantastic. And he also had like a little bit of food and some like tea or something. And I remember, once again, spoilers, right? His survival improved from that point, but it was funny because not long after that, a rescue plane flew over and they found him, and the pilot landed in the lake or the pond or whatever. They came upon him, and he's sitting there, you know, with food and like some sort of like flavored drink, and he offers the pilot some of his meal and his drink, and that's like where it ends. And I remember being like so blown away by that even after everything he went through, he was still, you know, civilized enough to do that.
Can't have too much water.
No, you can't. Need scrap metal for now. Yeah. So, I even forgot the name of the book for a while, and I was losing my fucking mind trying to remember what it was. Only for like some sort of book review channel on YouTube to remind me. And I dug up the book where I could and read through it, and I was once again very impressed. Another good survival story book that I really love is The Long Fall. That one was a gift from my dad, and I absolutely adore that story.
What have we here?
Oh, it's very good. Yeah, but I don't know. I think bushcraft is very interesting. I think Tales of Survival is very interesting. Yeah. Alright. I think we're at that point now where we should start making our way back down to the...
That'll come in handy.
I'll tear those apart. Yeah.
I could use this.
This game has a very interesting following online. There's quite a few people who really like it for the same reasons that I do, and they play it for the same reasons I do, but I don't know, just I've noticed that there's a lot of people online who do the bushcraft and all of that, and the survivalist stuff, and they're very, you know, survival of the fittest, that mentality, you know. And I've always thought that was quite odd, because, well, yes, in those situations it is very much survival of the fittest. The wonderful thing about, you know, living in a civilized world is that it's not the case anymore. Or at least I for one don't think it should be. I think if you need help, you should be able to reach out to somebody to help you. You know, the basic needs of survival, you know, in a first world countries should be met and delivered to each other. I don't know.
Food or...
The other thing that got me was a while back I joined the unofficial Long Dark Discord server, and it was full of thin blue line, very interesting individuals who I don't usually associate with, but
hope I can still
they
eat
were
this.
friendly because, you know, none of us are there for politics. It's just to, you know, talk and enjoy the game, right? But I don't know. Even with something like this, people still, you know, talk about how this game relates to what's going on in the modern day and so on and so forth. And I'm sitting there, you know, being the dweller that I am, just thinking to myself, it's a survival game. That's all this is. It has no, you know, commentary on anything political. It's just a game. And that's all it is, and that's all it'll ever be. Needless to say, I left that server a while ago. I'm not saying that there aren't, you know, good and decent people in there, and I'm not saying that those people, you know, the police fag, you know, profile pictures are bad people. They're not. A lot of them are not. But I don't know. Some of them were a little too strange for me, and I decided to, you know, leave. So instead of, you know, going in the Discord server talking about stuff with a bunch of people who were quite strange, I decided that I would rather just, you know, record my own playthrough, put them up, see if anybody is interested. It's almost nighttime. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to basically get ready to sit in for the night. And then tomorrow morning we're gonna leave. Most likely going through the back door that's in this space. And that'll be our first night. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get set up for the night. Gonna put our lovely sleeping bag right here, as close as we can to the fire. Really wish I had a lantern right now. That's alright. And we're gonna just break down this box over here. Yeah, and you can already see how dark it's getting. Alright. Start a fire. Cardboard matches are... feel like using an accelerant right now. This isn't too dire of a situation.
Come on. Come on.
Let's see here. Let's hold on to that for now. But let's add a little bit of that. Oh, nice roaring fire. Let's take a first fucking sip of the game. Good shit. Some ketchup chips. So here's something just kind of funny. I always end up hitting pickup when I mean to hit sleep for some reason. Oof. Yeah, this is always a scary feeling for me. Just waking up and just pitch darkness. I've awoken fully rested. So we're gonna play cards in the dark for 2 hours. It's a fire barrel. Start a fire again. Come on. Cook. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes you aren't so lucky.
Come on.
Almost
Come
there.
on. That did it.
So this is definitely one of the more peaceful times in the game. It's when it's dark, you get a fire going, cooking something. All you can do is wait in game, because if you try to wait, your food might get burnt, your snow might evaporate. So you just kind of sit here and you think. And I always wonder what it would feel like to be in a place like this at this time. It's so cold, you know. like to find a cooking pot. I always like having those for cooking water, because you just fill up on water so quickly. I have a cup of coffee in the morning. Have a sip of some soda. 12 minutes into portal. Portable. Ah. Trying to remember how to put the rock away. I know that this isn't the most exciting commentary here, but that's how this game gets to me sometimes. It's just sometimes you just have times like this where it's, you know, just you and some fire, your sleeping bag, and near complete darkness. And all you can hear is the noise of the building and the roaring of the fire. Trying to keep the fire going. We have a wood burning stove in our house that we use for warmth during the winter. This is an old house, heat cycles through pretty easily, but we use fire. So we cut wood, we burn it. Very simple stuff, but I know for a fact at this point in my life that starting a fire can be difficult. Keeping it going is the easy part. As long as you have supplies, you can just, you know, throw more material on the fire and the fire will always burn it. Unless you got some real wet stuff, and the fire don't like that too much. Yeah. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw another piece of wood on the fire. Then we're gonna play cards for a bit. Yeah. You know what? Let's cook more water while we're at it. This will be a good use of our time. Make sure that we got enough for the road. Say, I'm not sure if I would play this game with friends in recording. I've showed this game to my girlfriend, and she, from what she said, she thought it was pretty neat, and she watched me play it for a little bit, because I really enjoy this game. And so, surprisingly enough, it is a comforting game to me. Anytime that I feel, you know, the desire to go outside and, you know, be among trees and whatnot, but I can't because the weather's too shit, or, you know, something else is stopping me, I play this game for a little bit. Because it, you know, at least it gives somewhat of the serenity that being in nature gives me. almost daytime. Almost made it. I think rather than going through the back door over there, I'm gonna take a path that I'm familiar with. Oh, past time already. Sleep for about an hour. Take a quick snooze. Excellent. Toasted fire. 20 hours and 6 minutes. Just a little bit more. Wake up, the fire should be up, but it should be daytime. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let's get back outside. I think that's where I'm going to call this recording session. Definitely not the most interesting game to watch, but if you are watching or are interested in seeing more of this, I will most likely do more, hopefully. There's also tons of other people who play this game and have recorded it, and they have their own thoughts and feelings on this game and how dire this is, because I have been told that this game freaks some people out. Because the idea of being in a survival situation like this is terrifying. Oh, look at that wind. Alright. So, if you were watching, and you got this far, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this very somber, very quiet game. Yeah, so see you later.